Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Mark here again with another episode of the Free File Friday series I've been doing. It's a very, very easy one today. It probably takes about a minute to make the design and then a couple of minutes just to cut it out. So stick around and I'll show you exactly how we make these. So it's kind of like a multi-layered mandala type design. And with this one, it's not glued together or anything yet. I've done like a snowflake. Now it's all made from just literally one design, one shape, which I've just manipulated and just created multiple layers on it. So I've just cut this out on the laser cutter. I'm going to paint it now, all different colours for each layer, and we'll see how it looks. Once we're done with that, let's say we'll move on and we'll show you exactly how we made it. So the top layer is going to be white, because it is a snowflake. And yeah, I'm just going to add a bit of blue for every layer then. Happy days, here we go. How good does that look? Right guys, if you made this far in the video, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And you have watched me put this together and paint it. Now it's time to watch how to actually make them. It is a Free File Friday episode, which means the file will be available to download absolutely free down in the description. But again, there will be a password on the zip file for you to be able to open it, and again the password just pops up in a random place in the video. I don't know what it is yet. I make it up as I edit the video. But yeah, thank you very much, and like I said, if you've made this far in the video, give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and yeah, definitely subscribe if you are new here. Right, let's move on and let's show you exactly how to make these. Right guys, so it's very easy to do this. Just select in Inkscape the rectangle tool and just draw yourself a nice long rectangle. We'll take the fill off and we'll leave the stroke on. We'll duplicate that, Ctrl and D, and select it, and we'll rotate that 90 degrees for now. We'll just scale this one, make this a little bit smaller. Rotate it a little more and we'll snap that to the top right. Ctrl D to duplicate that again. I'm just going to move that down with the arrow keys. And we'll do it one more time. There we go. Now select those three rectangles, Ctrl and D and duplicate them, and we'll flip them horizontally, and we'll snap them to the top left. Now select everything and go path and union. Now you can add a point here like I've done. Just select the two nodes at the top and you can just add a point, or add a node, sorry, and then draw a point. But you don't really need to. So that's the design done now. Nice and simple. All we need to now is just add path effect to it. So you can do this by pressing the Control and the and logo, or in the bottom right where it is on mine, you can see I've got path effects, and we'll just select the rotate copies. Edit path by nodes tool now, click that and find the dead center point. Just click, hold and drag that out. So I've done this so they're as close as possible without actually touching, because these are going to be cut out and laid on the top. Okay, you can mess around with the options there, but for this I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm just going to go path now, stroke to path. So that basically just rasterizes it now, so it's just one object with no effects. So I'm going to duplicate this. Control and D to duplicate it, and we'll change the color on this to yellow. So you can add an offset, or sorry, you can add an outset here, so it's Control and the close bracket, or you can just go path and outset there. So we're going to do about 10 steps on it. Here we go, and just go object and lower that to the bottom. Now select it, Control and D, and then we'll change this, create a new layer, we'll change that to green, and again we'll outset this another 10 steps. We'll check there's no floating nodes, which there are, so just select them, we'll just delete them so they don't cause us any problems down the line. Okay, and again we'll lower this to the bottom, and we'll select that again, and Control D, and we'll change that to blue, and again we'll add an outset, another 10 steps. Okay, we'll delete the star in the middle on this one as well, because this is going to be the bottom layer, and again just send that to the bottom. And there we go guys, it's that easy to make it now. We'll just do a couple more tweaks. So for this yellow one, I do want to just make it a solid colour. So you can just select the nodes and delete them, but I'm just going to break it apart and I'm going to move that away, just delete these for now. We'll keep the centre star there, but we will change the colour on that to orange, because we're going to use that as a difference to cut the middle out. So we're going to bring that to the back. We'll centre these two together, and then with them both selected, I'm just going to go difference, and that's just going to cut the hole out of the middle for the start. There you go, and it's going to line everything back up as it was. And there we go, job done. That's it guys, it is very, very easy, this is. I'm going to show you another way to do it now as well, using the ellipse tool. This will be very quick, so we're just going to select the ellipse tool, draw yourself a nice long ellipse. Again, take the fill off, and we'll leave the stroke on it. And exactly the same now. Go path effects, add the rotate copies. Again, there's lots of options you can mess with on the side. Completely up to you what you want to do here. But again, I'm just going to find that center point, and I'm going to drag it just to try and get everything here aligned. It doesn't snap together, so you've got to get right in there. And yeah, with this you can rotate it, you can make it thicker, thinner, bigger, smaller. Again, like I said, it's completely up to you. So once you're happy with it, again, path, stroke to path, just rasterizes the layer. It's got a thickness to that, so add the outset. And then Control D, and then we'll change the next layer to the yellow. I'll add an outset to that, about 10 steps, and we'll move that path down. Exactly the same, duplicate that, we'll turn it green, add another 10 steps for the outset. And you see we've got a couple of floating nodes here again, so we'll just select these and delete these. Job done, and again we'll move this path down, and we'll do one more, and we'll outset that 10 steps. Again, we'll change the color of this to blue. Happy with that, and again we'll lower that path to the bottom as well. Here you go guys, I mean that took a couple of seconds to actually make it just with the ellipse tool. It is very easy. Like I said, it is a quick and easy one today. So yeah, just take all the colour off, and we'll just leave the stroke there, because when you send it to your cutter, obviously all you're going to do is just cut it out. It is a free file Friday episode, so for the free file this week it will be the ellipse mandala type design. If you want the snowflake one, just follow the tutorial, and obviously you'll be able to make it yourself. It's very simple to do. You can do it with squares as well. I won't go into that now, but you can just have a mess around with it and have a play with it. But yeah, that's it guys. Hope you liked this week's video. If you made it this far, again, you haven't already, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, definitely subscribe. Alright, so yeah, again, I do hope you enjoyed it guys, and we will see you in the next video. Alright, you all have a good one now. Ta-da.